If you could either relive one of your favorite memories in your past or forget one of your worst memories that you've experienced, which would you choose?
Relive.
Uh-huh.
And this is something that I'm going to say because I was mentioning this to my best friend the other day. The reason why is because I don't regret anything that happened. Horrible, terrible, whatever it is. That is something that at that time that I wanted, that I needed. And if it was something horrible that happened to me, that was a part of me that layered me in such a way that I would never be as evolved as I am right now if I didn't have that.
Welcome back. Welcome home. You Are Here podcast, episode 252. Baby, we're back. We love you. Thank you for tuning in.
Love you guys.
If you're here right now,
I'm starting to love.
click the like and subscribe because we need it. And rate us if you're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts because it helps out the most. Boom. And shout out Anytown Actors Lab, the realest sponsor of the You Are Here podcast. If you're trying to, I'm going to say it, the best acting teaching in the world.
Boom. Wow. We put our word on that.
I put my word on it, dude, because I'm going to say it. There's no one doing it better than Adam Louder in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area.
Right.
If you want a class online, in person in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, I said it twice because it means something, dude. And that's how I roll. AnytownActorsLab.com.
Bang.
Shout out to the patrons, patreon.com/You Are Here podcast. If you rock with what we do, you want to throw us a bone, you want to help us out, the way you do it, you sign up on the Patreon. There might be some exclusive content coming up.
Yeah, it's coming
soon.
Really soon.
And that might be more of an incentive. So maybe if you want to wait,
That's
we appreciate that.
No rush, no rush.
Maybe take a look.
We're going to be here no matter what.
Of course.
So no rush.
Yes.
But we appreciate you.
And also we're Twitching live on Twitch. We're playing games. We're reacting to scary stuff. Spooky season, man. It's all year for us.
Yes.
That's our bread and butter. And we do it every week, Monday, Tuesday. If you want to know when we go up, go to twitch.tv/You Are Here podcast and click the follow button. You'll get a text right when we go live. Boom. And we're back, baby.
We're back. Who are we with?
Dude, this is a long time coming.
Long time.
Long time coming. It's been in the talks for years.
Too long.
Katie Trubetsky is in the house.
We
gotta clap it up for that. Come on.
Artist extraordinaire, director, writer,
Oh my God.
actor. What else? What else is on the list?
Oh, I don't know.
Singer, just
Singer,
No.
musician. Yeah.
art, man.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love the show.
Thank you, dude.
And I support
Yes,
you
you've
guys
always
from the
supported.
beginning.
You've always supported.
And I'm really excited.
You're a perfect guest to bring on because of the thoughts. Because the deep thoughts.
Oh man,
We already talked about too much.
We've done it for
too
years
much.
now.
We're like, save this.
So
Save this.
yes. So we've already gotten into before in the car, we were getting into so much stuff. But I guess so I wanted to, I brought we usually start with a question, but I guess Katie asked a question for this week.
Yeah, I like that.
So we're going to start with Katie's.
I'll cut it up.
But I have a question for you that I'm prepared that I want to ask.
Oh my goodness.
And it kind of reminded me when you were talking about, what were you just talking about the movie and moments. And I wanted to go back now because we were talking about going back, right? And having this log of meaningful stuff and some sticks and it means something to you. So, okay.
Oh my God, this is going to be dramatic.
No, it's not dramatic at all.
Feel it.
It's not dramatic at all. But I just want to boil it down. What is one of, if not your favorite memory from childhood?
You gotta hit me hard on that one.
Yeah. Could be small, could be big, could be a day on the couch.
You know when someone asks you a question and you know the answer to this, you maybe one day answered it to yourself. But when it's actually asked and you're like, my memories, memory, what is that? Childhood?
Yeah.
Oh man. My favorite? There's honestly, I'm grateful to have grown up with my grandparents and my dad and my stepmom and but I'll bring up my dad with the first time I saw him perform like an old woman.
Wow.
He was just dressed in the nines. He hunched over and he did the whole character analysis situation. And I was like very little, and I watched that and I was like, what is this sorcery? What is this? Like, it's amazing. And I knew that I wanted to be an actor.
That was the spark. That was the moment.
it. I remember it because I would always perform. Like, I would put chairs in the living room and then put blankets on top. I'm like, the show will start in like 5 minutes. I'm like, you have to be here or you're going to be late. And they're all like sitting around. And I'm like, and I would, let's say I had a friend, David at the time, and my friend Jane. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out.
And I remember I would like come out and I'd be like, guys, this is starting.
The show will begin, guys.
And I remember one of my friends at the time, he was a boy and he was trying to like lead the pack. And I was like, no. And I would come out and I'd be like, well, the show is starting. He's like, you can't do that. I'm the lead. I'm like, girl power. I'm the lead.
Dang.
Oh, man.
So performer since you were just a little kid.
I was like the Tommy Pickles of
Oh,
Rugrats.
man, that's a good one.
Okay.
I would like
The ringleader.
Yeah, it really is the ringleader.
This is kind of like messed up, but this was around, no, messed up, but this was around first grade or something. We were very young. And they took us to this like little park and all the kids were there and everything. And I was,
Oh no.
and I was like, we're in this park every single day. And then this is like a group of kids just like standing on it. I'm literally the Tommy Pickles. I'm like, we're in this park every single day. I had a little bit of a lisp and I was like, we need to get out. So I led them out of the park.
Wow.
And the teacher was crying hysterically. The cops were involved. Like,
Oh
but
my
they
goodness.
finally found us.
Whoa.
And we're all like, we just wanted to adventure.
Busted him out of the
They're like,
park.
who did this? Who? And everyone looked down. I'm like, the loyalty.
Oh, no one ratted on you. Wow.
Because then she was like, well, then everyone gets punished. And I'm like, I did it. And I start crying hysterically. Like, I'm not a
That's
bad
the
person.
worst. That's the worst. When you were a kid, you were threatened and like everyone knew it was you.
Ugh.
And you had to own up to like, I did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
How long would it take to own up to something?
for as long as it took. Like whatever
Dude.
past getting in trouble was, like that's how long it took.
You can ask my dad says it every just holiday. Just like, yeah, I would just have this frown that's like painted on. I
hate that.
Like I couldn't even talk.
You knew you were guilty. That's
frown.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I'm guilty, it's over.
I know.
I can't even speak.
My dad would know. He would just know, and
And
he'd
then
say, like,
he would just put me in the corner and be like,
did
all right,
it.
you can't talk, go to the corner.
Yeah. Go to the corner.
Go think about it. And I'm just sitting there frowning.
My dad would be like, you're lying, and I'll always know when you're lying. And I was like, he always knows when I'm lying.
That's so crazy.
He always knows.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that
God.
freaked me out.
Yeah, I don't know. My parents didn't really know when I'm lying, except one time I remember my grandma looked at me. I think I stole a candy or something.
Uh-huh.
And I came home and she's like, how was they?
Oh no.
I was like, day was good. She goes, yeah? You did anything exciting? I was like, I just, nothing. She goes, yeah? Nothing came to mind that you wanted to have in your life?
Oh.
And I was like, and I was like, I did it, but I don't know how. And she goes, oh, so you did this.
Caught.
So we would walk to the store and I'd be like, I'm sorry, it just took one.
Man.
But it was cool because I can't lie to my grandma. Like, my grandma is the one person I cannot, like, I can't get on the phone with her. She'll
Right.
be like, are you home? And I'll be like, can't answer her.
Yeah, wow.
I can't answer her.
She just has that radar for
She
truth.
just knows.
Yeah.
She
Wow.
looks me dead in the eyes and she'll know.
Damn. That's such a cool thing.
But I do that to people, so I think it's...
Yeah.
I'm like, I know when you're lying.
Yes.
And they're like, why are you staring into my soul?
Yes, dude. People say there's someone we work with that says like, "Oh, you're so weird. You like eye contact someone." I'm like, no, you don't get it.
No.
You don't get it. There's something about, and you know why you don't like it? Because you don't want to be seen.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why.
Because when you look into somebody, you really get to look.
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
you know? And some people are like, "What's that?"
Yeah. Do you have any friends or people you know in your life that like they'll talk to you and they'll be like, yeah, and you're with like you go out, you're hanging out, and they talk like this, like, oh, did you like it? Like I thought the movie was
They
cool.
avoid.
Yes.
Yes.
They like avoid the eye contact. And
I
I'm
will
like,
go like this.
Right.
I will follow you. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
It's such a human thing. It's so like I get it. I get it because I've done it many times. But like it just blows my mind when I see it on somebody because I'm like, I know you don't want to reveal something that you're going through right now. You don't want to be revealed.
You don't want to be
Exposed.
people. Yeah, exposed, and also people are so scared to have them see the real you, like the parts of you that you may be embarrassed about.
Who's the real you, Katie? Who's the real you?
There's so many parts.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Artists,
such a hard question
like
to ask. Like,
it's such a hard question.
what is human? Like,
Right.
we're created in so many different ways, layers over time, memories. Why is my voice going back? Sorry.
You're Tommy Pickles again.
Right. Hello. That we're so layered, constantly learning from different parts of our lives that we can't just be, oh, he's happy, he's sad, he's dramatic. Like that's just, it's so stupid. When somebody asks me, like, what? Tell me about yourself. Tell me about myself. What? There's a lot to say, but also you don't want to tell him. I hate that question too because I'm just like, what do you want me to say? I'm a human.
Yeah. Complicated. It's complicated.
It's so complex. I mean, that's what movies, books, they're just taking little parts of it. The rest is imagination from the audience that sees it, from the person who's reading it. We're creating these things just how the writer just only took snippets because it's not enough to really show what it is about a human.
It's too complex.
It's too complex.
Yeah. And you always get a bit of someone's vulnerability in a story or a piece of music or whatever. It's like that person had something to share that was truly something they were going through and they needed it. They felt the need to express.
Yes.
And then it kind of reminds you like, oh, I feel that too. That exists in me too somewhere. So I get it. I get what you're saying. Humans are a universe and it's complex and, there's seasons that you're going through certain things and then you're that and that's multiple things. But I have another question I just thought of. This is an impulsive show.
I love it.
You've watched it,
Yeah.
You've listened.
Katie knows.
It's, if you could either relive one of your favorite memories in your past or forget one of your worst memories that you've experienced, which would you choose?
Relive. And this is something that I'm going to say because I was mentioning this to my best friend the other day. The reason why is because I don't regret anything that happened. Horrible, terrible, whatever it is. That is something that at that time that I wanted, that I needed. And if it was something horrible that happened to me, that was a part of me that layered me in such a way that I would never be as evolved as I am right now if I didn't have that. I wouldn't. And I don't regret it. Just as how I don't delete pictures off Instagram. I have exes on there. It doesn't mean it touches me like that anymore the way it did, but it's a part of, it was my past. It was a memory. It was a moment. It happened. That's it. I don't regret it. Like when people delete everything, that's great. It's amazing. It's good for you starting fresh. And sometimes you need that. But it's not like it hurts me anymore or it makes me feel that part like of love anymore or whatever it is. It's just a moment in time that was beautiful or it was sad or something that is just kept there just in case one day I just want to go back and take a look at, what happened when I was 16, 18, 20, whatever. These are memories. Like how we were talking about memories, good, bad, like they're worth having.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
That's a great point.
So, sorry. And now
Don't say sorry.
throwing that question to you
No,
guys.
no.
I think it'd be a relive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think at this point, like the bad memory has already shaped like part of my life. So it's like, I can't really take much back, huh?
Yeah.
So I think I'd rather, I think there's more moments where I was like, man, I wish I just acted a little, even in the best memories, like really appreciate a little more. You know what I mean? Or actually realize how important it is.
Totally.
You know?
Like when you're in the shower and you're like, I should have said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have said that.
Why didn't I put it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Why-
would relive too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my answer. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good podcasting.
Hey, come on, man. 5 years. 5 years. Yeah.
Somebody in the back. I would not relive them.
No, I would.
I would burn all these
I know.
memories.
I'm the contrarian. No, I would not.
I feel like if you would erase a memory though, you're like, you got this missing link
You'd be
Yeah.
that you don't
effed up.
even know what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
That's a
a
good point.
missing
Right?
piece of
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
That's true, man.
Now, what if I, what if I did forget something? And you know how yesterday I was nice, Mike.
Yeah, you were nice.
What if that became me?
That would be as pleasant as it is. It would be so fucking weird,
Wait,
man.
what?
Because it's not you. Like he was talking
going on?
yesterday in like
Yeah.
this tone that was like, you know what? Things are great. And he was just looking around. He's like, dude, look at this.
Like, Dave, do you want this? Do you want that?
Yeah, like just
Got you, man.
so nice and like so pleasant and like not that you're not pleasant and nice. It's just like this forced like I don't know how to describe it, like orb of great energy throughout
Yeah.
you the whole time.
But I think there's after doing that, I thought of like sometimes I feel like some people just have like a.
You're making me think of something too.
Oh my
Let's
God,
do
I
this.
just thought of a thought.
Oh, bang. See what you did?
Oh my god!
See what you did? Bang. Go ahead.
I feel like there's some people that have this like self-deprecate or like joking that is like almost like negative. Sometimes you think about like, oh, if you are always negative, you're not. It's spreading the energy, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I sort of believe in, you know, in a way. But it's like, what if, you know, the problems I have come from maybe always being a little negative?
I think you're onto something,
Right?
bro. With you,
could be.
I think you're onto something. I swear. No, bro. From knowing you
That's
for
what
so
I mean.
long, I
Mind
swear.
over matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
I think maybe.
Yeah.
The thought of you thinking, manifesting, that's like,
Boom.
that's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, personally for me, yes, that is real. I've seen that happen. I felt it, you know. If you think, oh my God, I'm just not gonna go there. I'm just never gonna go. You're not gonna go there. Like, case closed. But I want to mention something
Get
else.
into it. Get
I don't
into
know
it.
if you want to mention
No,
yours.
please, you go.
Okay.
Go.
Because I wanted to, before I forget it. You know when somebody falls in love, right? And then they fall in love with parts of you that maybe are not as great, or like little things that your flaws, right? And then over time, those flaws are either more magnified and something that you don't like anymore. And they're like, oh, if only they were perfect. If only they did this. If only they did. It's like, no. The reason why I say, let me capture my thought for a second. We can't have a person in front of us that is like perfect, because not only will that person not complete you, but those flaws, those things that maybe tick the person, that makes the person, it evolves them. It grows them into this like human being that you fell in love with in the first place. Those are, you can't just have a perfect person. It doesn't exist. There's so much more going on in my mind, and I'm trying to like organize it. But yeah, like falling in love with someone or just liking a person, you know, those little flaws can kind of contrast with you, right? If you're like opposites attract,
Right.
Or if you're the same person, it's just kind of battles with you a little bit because you're trying to one up or something like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Is this true?
I got many thoughts on this. Right away, I think, isn't it wild how we're all constantly, the base of every like human is like doing this, like trying
Yeah.
to like find another themselves in another and pull them in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of wild when I think of like chemistry and falling in love and and all that stuff. We're constantly like you go to the grocery store, it's like there's something flickering in your being saying like, do my cells gel with that person's cells? Like, hold on, there might be something here. We're just built that way. And I don't know how that thought just came to me, but I think, oh man. Yeah, like the flaws thing really strikes me because it's like, I hear you. Like it's the things that you may not necessarily like.
Like if you change the person,
Yeah.
if you would make them into perfect.
Well, that's what I mean with you when you were talking about this weird like thing you were doing, and I was like, "That's not you." But it doesn't mean that like I get what you're saying too.
Yeah, but you know what? I felt better after doing it.
And this is the thing, like maybe you need to do this, force it, push it the other direction.
Make it till you make it.
Yes, like 100% go to the other side of the spectrum, and like live there for a little bit to find this like balance where a switch starts to flip, where you're like, oh, I like myself. I'm going to talk positive about things that are may happen for me, and my life will change slowly because
I'm
of
gonna
that.
make a switch a little bit.
I
You know,
think-
just a little switch.
Can I
We'll shift.
journal this today?
Journaling.
It's the weirdest fucking thing, but I swear to you both, I've never felt like when I was journaling, I was like, what followed that statement was, why does this feel like I've never felt this way before? Why does this feel like it's alien to me? The thought of we have almost 5 years of episodes with me beating myself up and comparing and I don't know, man, it's probably not going to happen. I've been wired in a way for many reasons where it's like hard to love me. And I think I'm starting to finally like go through this change of like, let's just start to see what life is like on the other side of this fence. You know, if I have to lie about it at first, or if I have to do things differently in a more consistent way, in a more like purposeful way to find self-love. Like, what if I could tell myself like, dude, you're awesome, like, and believe it, you know? Because it's such a rare, weird thing for me.
It's a reality. Like, what is that? Lucky girl syndrome. Have you heard of this?
No. Explain
So
it.
this was like all over TikTok like last year or something, where you would literally look in the mirror every day and you would say, I am the luckiest girl in the fucking universe.
Oh.
Gotta start doing that.
I'm the luckiest
You're the
person.
luckiest girl in the universe.
I'm the luckiest person. Everything just comes to me. I don't know why. It just happens.
I love this.
I'm the luckiest person. It's amazing. And the more you say it, you looking in the mirror, you're convincing yourself. Like you would convince a friend.
You're putting words out too.
Right.
So you're changing something about you as you're speaking these foreign words.
And you keep like putting these things out there. And you're like, no. And you won't stop until you are convinced. Like, oh, I'm the luckiest girl in the world. Like you would say. And, even though it's like a TikTok challenge, that is, I started doing it.
Yeah.
And
You see a change?
Yeah. Randomly finding a $20 bill.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But and you just get like random things that happen to you. Oh,
sorry.
am I?
No, you're good.
No, Mike just like,
Hello.
It's my producer in me. Came out.
you did good.
Hello.
Thank you for the adjustment.
Thank you for the adjustment, Mike. So, and you're just like looking in the mirror and convincing yourself like you would convince a person, because it's so difficult to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm pretty lucky.
It's just, you know what it is? It's
dude.
just,
I don't know.
it makes no sense that what happened in my life to make me feel like I don't deserve to just be like, hey man,
But
you're doing good. Like,
But Mike, like that is part of you, right? That's your past, but it's not your present.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that has a lot to do with when you looking at yourself and you're saying right now, starting right now.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the past when people are like, when some are like, oh, I'm broken and I've gone through too much and stuff like that. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying like,
That's me. You're talking about me.
but I'm just saying, I'm saying you keep repeating that. That's a song that's been played so many times. You think it belongs to you you think it belongs to your soul. It does not. And the more you keep playing that song, the more it's going to become your favorite.
Yeah, but if it's baby Justin Bieber, I can be doing it every day.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you need to play a
New song, bro. It's time for a new song.
Make up new lyrics.
Yes.
Throw that
I'm doing
melody
it.
in there.
Yes, dude.
Starts
Yeah.
yesterday.
No,
I think like that's the thing I told you about Juan. Juan comes into the cafe. He's like, "What's an affirmation you would tell yourself every day if there's something you need to hear, like someone tell you something that would help you, like think about it. What would it be?" And I was like, "Anything could happen." Came out of me, and I'm like, in my head right away from moment one, I'm like, "Listen, Juan, this is dumb. It's not gonna fucking work. I know myself.
Yeah.
I know how I feel about life and where I'm at." And no words are going to change that. Me telling myself something stupid, like anything could happen. That's what I'm thinking.
And it goes because, okay, we as humans are creatures of habit, right?
Yes.
So when something is really cozy and nice that we're used to sitting in, no matter if it's good or bad for us, we're going to go to that. We're not going to go to the good, something that's a little different, a little unique, because for us, that's terrifying territory.
Yeah.
So immediately our first choice is to, this is what I know. So I'm going to sit right here where it's comfortable and I've done this before. I've seen these things before and I felt them. It's like, it's a lot more difficult to challenge yourself to get out of that part of you and stay there because it's vulnerable. It's not part of your path, as you would say, like, right? It's a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it that I seen actually? And it's funny that it was it was from that show. It's a cartoon, Big Mouth.
Oh yeah. Yes. Nick Schwartz?
Yeah.
Bruno.
And it's interesting
Netflix.
how and I don't know why I thought of that just now, but there's this cat. It's like this big, huge fat cat that's like the depression kitty. And she just kind of like cuddles.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's like, oh, don't you want to just watch some Netflix and cuddle with me? And she goes, oh, it sounds so nice. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, don't you cuddle? And it's like, I can't be next to you. She goes, you know, she gets upset. But it's the same thing. It's nice and cozy there.
Right.
It's nice, but after a while, like, you're going to wake up, you're going to be 89.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to play the same song, and everyone heard that song before. Everyone you've been telling heard that song. You're annoyed. You know you're annoying people now. It's like, I mean, I'm not trying to.
No, I get it.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, I get it.
No, I don't mean to be
No, I'm kidding.
crass. I think I'm coming off a little.
Not at all.
No, it
not
makes
at all.
sense.
Not at all. I think you're being honest. I think it's difficult to, again, like you're saying, like you get comfortable and cozy with a thing like feeling down and feeling bad about yourself and your circumstance. It's so easy to do that.
Yeah.
And it's so much harder for myself to be like, hey, bro, anything can happen today. You're free to do whatever you want. You can be consistent and start a new trend. It's not going to change overnight. But if you do something new a little differently out of the path that you have been going, maybe your life's going to deviate and go somewhere else. Because why? Anything can happen, stupid. You know what I mean? Like that's and it, like I didn't realize I was like writing myself into my own like this is how life's going to go. Like I swear to God, every day. And I didn't realize I was like doing that until someone,
you create your own life.
For sure. You can do whatever you want to do with your day, with your 24 hours. You can stop talking to yourself a certain way this one time in this moment right now. And if you just focus on this moment, it's like being an addict. It's like being an addict. Like the shit you did has to go. You have to get forgiven, forgive yourself. And then you have to do something new with the moment now. Like now. And then forget it. And then the next moment. And then the next moment. You know how esteem is built? Self-esteem? By esteemable acts. That's how you get self-esteem. Are you doing esteemable acts? Are you proud of yourself? And it's like, well, look at my last 24 hours. I'm not too proud of myself. I did that thing again. And I did the thing again. Now am I going to hang my hat on the depression hanger and say, damn, hopefully tomorrow's different? Or am I going to say, no, you're human, forgive yourself, and tomorrow is going to be different. This moment's going to be different. All you have is this moment. So choose what you want to do at the moment. But yeah, it made me think of like forgiving. You have to forgive. Guilt is a funny thing too.
It's true. And you know what's holding hands with guilt? Ego.
Boom.
Ego is, I can't even tell you how many times something as simple as ego can mess up relationships, friendships over something like tiny.
Yes.
And we withhold this and we're like proud to stand. Listen, sometimes ego can be a good thing, right? Like it can be like, I'm proud of myself. Look at me. Look what I've done. But when it becomes like, when it's standing taller than you.
The thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, I'm not bad. It almost doesn't allow you to, because it's blocking your way, it doesn't allow you to really like humble down and see it from the other person's perspective.
Right.
Because you're just like, I'm blocked. You're not transparent anymore. You're like this like hard shell that's never gonna break. And you can't evolve. You can't learn.
Yeah.
You can't grow from that.
No, you can't.
You know what I mean? And you can't
Man, the ego. Damn.
You also can't really see who you really can be.
That dude. That's what I journal. What could you be?
Yeah.
Let's see what you could be.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like an ego thing. It just feels like if you I believe something created me to be a force of good. So why am I like, well, they could be good, but
Yeah.
like I'll just have my tea and stay in my corner. Why can't I just find out what I could be, man? Every with my 24 hours, why can't I? And I don't have to be magic.
And it could be small. It could be these like little things like, I don't know if I'm going to wear those shoes. People are going to look at me and say, wear those shoes. See what happens.
God, life is so difficult when you're like afraid of being the fool.
Yeah.
I want to be the fucking fool now.
Yeah.
I want to be
That's the biggest freedom.
Bro, I just want to be
Not
unabashedly the kid I was in the sandbox, asking if you want to be my friend and being told no or something, and then bouncing over and like, la-di-da, check out this river, dinosaurs walking through them. Like, that's the kid I want to be.
You want to be the Tom Hanks.
That's what
You want to be you want to be the Jim Carrey.
The Jim Carrey, dude.
Jim Carrey doesn't give a shit. Just, does. And he actually said something that I disagreed with.
Oh, what's that?
And I rarely disagree with Jim Carrey. Who disagrees with Jim Carrey?
I do. I don't like it.
I know.
Whatever it is. I don't know what he said. I don't like
He said, he was like, success isn't everything. Like something like, I got here and I promise you, like, this is not what it's all out to be. Like, we're just humans and stuff like that. And that's amazing, Jim. But you wouldn't feel like that unless you went through that.
Right.
And I wanted to say that to him. Like, I just like, I get it. I see that you're seeing the vision, you're seeing the truth of it, but you wouldn't feel these things or get that thought in your brain unless you went through that. That's why we need to go through that. We need to go through that part of ourselves that's heavy, that's light, and go back and be like, yeah, that was worth it. Oh, I see things a little bit differently. You would never see that. If he didn't write that check when he was homeless and, go through all that stuff, he would never know. Right.
Have you guys ever, because this is making me think of like destination versus like the journey. Have you ever gotten tied up in like a destination? Like that's where you were
that
always
song
looking.
Comes on. Here's the climb.
Oh, is that Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
Play it, Mike. Hit it. It's the climb.
It's the climb.
There it is. That's the name of this episode.
Oh man.
Have you guys ever gotten tied up in like a situation or a period of your life where like the present, what was at your disposal, like where you find yourself now or then was not necessarily like appreciated, and the thing in the future that was the thing you looked to like get by? Like you couldn't live quite in the present because the destination is the shiny gold thing that I'm after. That's the trophy.
So you're not really looking at what's happening around you at that moment.
Right.
You're just like, okay,
I'm going to use this to get to that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
this is going to build to that.
And you're just like an opportunist in a sense. Like
Right.
you're just like,
have you ever found yourself there before?
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. You know, when something big happens to you, like you win something or something like that, and you're like, you go through that moment or whatever, but you don't really sit in that moment. Every time I won something, like I won Best Actress or for my film or whatever, I remember back and I'm like, I didn't feel it. I wish I felt that moment. Like really sat there and been like, Katie, you accomplished something. Like pat yourself on the back. Like you're proud of yourself. I didn't sit in that moment. And I guess like that's one of the moments that I would go back to. That's one of my favorite moments in life that I would go back to just to see and be like, okay.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah.
Because it's happening so fast. And everyone's like, congratulations.
Yeah.
And then you go home and you're like, yeah, that was great. But it's like when people say when they get married, right?
Right.
They're like, oh, it happened. It was like such a,
Yeah.
They don't remember their wedding. It's like, yeah. I wish those big moments, like, why do we remember certain moments?
Right.
Why do we remember the weirdest things sometimes? Like things like, like that blanket that your grandmother gave you, like that one time, and it was green, and it was just like your favorite for like a week. Why is that part of your remembrance?
Right.
Like why? What does it make that, what that type of memory makes it so significant or like memorable or favorable in your mind? Like I always thought about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just went into the whirlwind of thoughts.
It's all tied though.
There's got to be like a greater connection though with that memory to something maybe current.
Yeah.
In that time you're feeling it, you're looking back on it. Or,
True.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is a weird thought I was thinking about. I was talking to one of my coworkers about this. He had a shellfish allergy.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, like when I was 14, like it just started happening and this and that. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know why I had this thought. And I'm like, did anything like trauma-filled happen?
With a shrimp?
When you were, no, just like anything.
Oh.
When you were 14 years old? He's like, maybe. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of things, and he went back and he's like, whoa, I'm unpacking so much stuff.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I asked that, because I watched this documentary of this girl who had like multi-personalities, and she had like 14 multi-personalities, and only one of them was allergic to peanut butter. Only one.
Wow.
Like physical allergy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it makes me think, like, is allergy like connected to mental trauma some way?
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
I never thought of that.
It'd be good to research.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be a fun experiment.
I'm a scientist.
I think allergies do change though. Like you can
as you grow,
develop
right?
one
Yeah.
and stuff
For sure.
like that.
For sure.
And you could get used to, like I had like a weird liquid yolk allergy.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah. Like
So you fry it up, it's fine.
yeah, when it was fried, it was fine.
Wow.
But when
Is that more of like an aversion of
I would
to
literally
it?
have like my tongue would
Really?
itch. I would have red
What?
lines coming out. Like it was bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it go away or is it still a thing?
It went well. I don't know why I did this, but I was like, let me try eggs Benedict. Like I was just like, let me try a little bit.
Oh, eggs
Let me try it.
Benedict. I love eggs
They're
Benedict.
so good now. But I was like, let me try, and it would like itch a little bit, and
went
then
away?
and then it went away, and I was like 21 years old, and it stopped,
Wow.
and I was like,
That's the first.
I cured,
Cured myself?
Super genius.
I cured myself.
I cured my own self.
Can I? Sorry.
No, you go.
I was just thinking of the memory thing, like, because I think what you said was really profound about like why are we remembering what we're remembering, and then yeah, like it's just, isn't that interesting? Like why do you hold on to things, and then also like those moments, like like the journey thing, like you win an award, you're at this festival, you worked really hard on the story.
Yeah.
Shout out the story. What's the story?
Cactus. It's a dark comedy mafia film.
Boom. Go watch it. Can they watch it?
Can you watch
Not yet.
Okay, not yet.
But it might be turning into a series.
Well, stay tuned.
Come on.
Let's try to.
But anyway,
Yeah.
like you put all this effort into telling this story, and like you work really hard and you get vulnerable. You share yourself.
Yeah.
You get into a festival, right? And you get all dressed up, and you're going to this festival, and like it's an you know, you're like, man, am I gonna win? Like,
You're in this, yeah.
right. Like this is amazing. This is such a cool moment, and like you win, right?
Yeah.
So let's say this is like this is the thing I hoped for, not even expected, but hoped for, and it like exceeds the expectation. You meet this hope, this moment happens, and like, what does it really look like to win? Like, what does it really look like to like be in a moment where your expectation has exceeded, life has granted you the thing you were working towards, and then the moment becomes like this thing where it's like, it's happening, you know, and you get home and you're like, here's the thing to prove that it happened, right? And then I'm like, well, wait, it's in a drawer. Like the things I've ever won are in a drawer.
You can't go back.
No. And the moment, again, it's like if you're not simply taking it in, you're in your head, the moment's passing, and then you have a trophy afterward.
Is it real?
I don't fucking know. What makes it real?
Well, it comes to back to the memory
it
thing. It's like,
real?
you know, I don't know if you hold memories dear.
I hold journey dear now. Like the thing that used to be the thing would be like, oh my God, if all my peers think that I'm really good at what I do, and I win best of whatever, and those two things are checked, and I'm accepted and loved. Once I get there, my life begins. Like that's when I'll know I'm okay. Like I'm not garbage. I exist. I deserve this, and I belong here. And when those things started to happen, the things that I just said didn't feel. I did not feel like garbage. Double negative, which means I did. I didn't feel like worthy of doing things after that, or like my existence mattered now because I have these awards to prove it, and people who are like picking up the phone
The
and talk to me.
validation.
Yes, the validation did not come.
Oh, yeah.
So like it's really, there's so much deeper shit that I have to heal, period, because I was all messed up and still working on stuff. So fix that stuff, guys. Focus on what you're going through and the shit you've been through, and fix it and talk about it. It's therapy, right?
And hypnotherapy. Shout out.
Bang, I never did that.
I did that. Literally, I was touching the ground of depression, like right after the pandemic, or some in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I started doing hypnotherapy because I was like, I need out. I need to get out. And why I like hypnotherapy, nothing against therapy.
Yes.
But hypnotherapy, so therapy, you're like talking to your conscience, right? It's like that area where it's you, right? And maybe one day you'll get to that point.
Yes.
Hypnotherapy is jumping over that conscience into your subconscious, that child you, that vulnerable, that rawness that maybe is so raw that it's too vulnerable. But that's where all that stuff is. That's where the answer is. And I had a one-on-one with my hypnotherapist at the time, and Max Hindle, by the way.
Shout out, Max.
And I remember like I was talking to him, and my voice changed. And I don't remember. My voice went into this like little girl, like little Katie. You know, like like just kind of like I was talking like that. Like I can't. I'm not even kidding you. If I didn't even realize it was happening, and I was spilling all these things to him, and digging deep, and all he was saying was like just asking these questions. He's like, "Why do you think that happened?" I was like, "Well, I think because okay, and why does it? Because," and I dug so deeply over. Why do I procrastinate? Wow. And you think, like, right?
Yeah, dude. Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Procrastination. Wait. So you think procrastination is about, oh, I'm a Taurus Gemini, so I procrastinate, and that's clearly what it is. No, man. No. Okay? It's dug so deep in there, and there's trauma linked in that you never thought had anything to do with it.
Dude.
And then when you finally get in there,
Turning red, dude. This is crazy.
I know. And when you finally get in there,
Yeah.
and you touch the base of like the ground core of it, you're like, why does this make sense to me? How? But I get it.
Yes.
I start crying hysterically. I was crying for a while. And then he's like, you're going to release for the next couple of days.
Wow.
And the next couple of days, I was just releasing and just like feeling everything.
Yeah.
And I remember just like noticing my pattern of like my life. I stopped procrastinating. I mean, like sometimes I forgot, but you know, but it's interesting. It's beyond beautiful how our mind works, and we still don't understand it fully.
It's like
It's crazy.
you don't know the way you grew up wasn't normal. Like no one told you that. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
the things that you've gone through, you assume like that's life. Everyone has life, and we all done it. And
Yeah.
I shouldn't be feeling normal. I was like, I gotta fix it.
Yeah.
And then you start
That's
doing
all
that,
you know.
and that's all you know. So that's why no one's ever told you like this isn't normal. So you've picked up things in the past. There was my therapist, Lisa. Shout out, Lisa. Moses. She's like talking to me about the same. I feel like I'm talking to her about the same thing every week. It was during the pandemic when I started. Started from a thing like procrastination or a thing where like I'm doing the same cycle of sabotage.
Yeah.
So we start there. You know, tell me about you. Tell me about your life. Tell me about, whatever people you know in your life, like relationships and things. Someone comes up in my life often in these sessions, and she says, "Would you say after like months of me feeling like I'm smashing my head against the wall, nothing's changing. It feels better to talk about it, but I don't feel any change." And then she says, "Would you say that person in your life, would you ever label them as elusive?" And I'm like, no, never. Like, they were always there. They always tried to,
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
I'm telling, as I'm saying it, it's like, a few minutes are passing. I'm still talking about this relationship. We get to a point where it's like tears are falling on my face. I'm like, why am I crying? Like, why am I crying?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, and something clicks where it's, you're walking back now. The things you forgot, right? The things that you just did with your coworker. That's starting to happen where I'm like, I forgot that.
Yeah.
And someone told me this happened.
And you start to dig.
And then it's like, well, wait a second. I feel like I'm uncovering a mind that I didn't know existed.
Or like
I've
it was
just hit
always
it.
there, but you were just like, there's the key. I randomly just opened this door.
I told myself they were always there. That was the narrative I wrote that's kept me alive. Looking for gratification, feeling like garbage all the time because I couldn't get the love I wanted, but alive. She says one question like that, and it was like, bing, that's what it is. That's what it is, elusiveness. So I'm a chaser of love. I'm a chaser of gratification because I never got it where I wanted it. And like that's what therapy can do. They can ask you the right question, the thing you can't ask yourself ever because you don't know.
Yeah.
And
You don't know.
And sometimes it's easier to like spill yourself to a stranger.
Totally is.
Like if somebody knows you really well, you're like, they're going to judge or they're going to
You hold back.
You hold back a little bit because you're like, I know them. They're going to do this. It's weird how much you can spill to a stranger.
Yes.
It's good. Actually, it's in my next film.
Oh. Coming soon?
Well, I'm still writing it.
Okay.
But with my editor, Harley, shout out.
Shout out.
And it's called My Moon.
My Moon.
Yeah, it's a feature. It's gonna be a feature, but it's gonna dig deep about how we deal with trauma, how we deal with our habits in relationships, and just like overall. but in a very bendy way, like psychological way, where I want to bend reality a little bit in this film, where it's
Sick.
like a little bit Inception, like,
Love it.
you know. But stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Another stay tuned. Another stay tuned.
Yeah, I just feel like you can't expect yourself to just sit there with all these feelings and these emotions and be like, yeah, this is how I react, or this is why I hold back when somebody. There's triggers everywhere.
Oh yeah.
There's triggers everywhere. But to understand these triggers, that's a whole other game. And so that's why I need to go back to hypnotherapy a little bit. But it's just amazing how much we can open up with just talking.
Yeah.
With hypnotism. I mean, it's insane what our minds can do. Like, we could cure ourselves with our mind. There are studies set that a woman cured cancer with her mind. It's just it's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of makes me like sit there and really think about this, because I'm like, how are we? We're a lot more powerful than.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why hope is such a powerful thing, dude. Go ahead.
What's if you don't mind me asking, how does hypnotherapy? What does it look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah, like what does that look like?
Good question.
I've never
He doesn't know. I don't
heard
know
about it or anything.
Well, you go into a room. No, I'm just kidding. Well, actually, I did it over Zoom. So I would sit there and we would it would start off very calmly. We would just talk and stuff like that. And it can be, there's a few different styles, right? There's a style where you, I forgot what it's called, but you kind of like look back and you go into this trance, like you fall asleep. It's not really a trance. It's like you're in this like in between, I guess you could say. And you're talking and I can't even explain it. It makes me think about how many layers of in between we're really. I know this is going to be like a full left field right now, but I'm sorry.
This is cool.
But we're going.
We're going.
Take an adventure with me. But like, it makes me think about all these layers. Like, you know, when people go to sleep and some of them have sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had it?
I've never had it.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the people that have it are like the bravest. I don't know how you would sit there and endure that. Like, one of my friends has this and she can't sleep in the middle of the day. It's very interesting. But it's crazy that majority of people who had this experience similar things. Like something sitting on your chest. Like, what happened to you? I'm curious.
So it's a weird story. So my brother
was naked.
My brother.
No, I'm just kidding.
I never had like anything that. I only had it for a small. I had it for a small. Dave was there.
I had oil all over.
I just love
he did it. So
took a wide
my
turn.
brother had a lot. I think still has. He had a lot of sleep paralysis when we were like our teens, and he was like researching it and like reading about lucid dreaming and trying to like get into that state and like actually make it happen and be able to like control your dreams and stuff like that.
That's bold.
Bold.
That is bold as an understatement.
Yeah, it's very bold.
Yeah.
But I'm his brother, so I kind of was thinking about it too. Yeah. And I had like a sleep paralysis.
How old
I was like,
is he?
He's 3 years older than me. So he was probably like 18. I was like, nah, maybe he was like 20. I was like 18 or something.
Okay.
Something like that. So the way I would do it to get myself into sleep paralysis is I would go to bed like normal time, or like if I'm really tired or something, I would lay on sleep on my hands so they'd fall asleep. And then like you wouldn't fall. It's kind of uncomfortable, but you would wait until your whole body was almost asleep. Because that would start like the process kind of.
What?
In a way. Because think about it. Your hands and stuff, you can't feel your hands. Then that spreads to your whole body.
It's terrifying. Thinking of you laying there like
I get
this.
terrified if my arm falls asleep
Yeah.
and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, but I don't know why. I was reading this book and I was reading stuff online and like they said, oh, you should try it like if you really want to try that. And it happened. And like first night, I started like, there is like layers to like falling asleep.
my
It's so
God.
weird. I was in this moment where I was like, I couldn't move anything, but I could like feel movement, but I couldn't control where I was going.
You
So
felt movement around you
Or in your
or
body.
in your body?
I felt that like I could. It's not
Like
like
your
it's not like I'm
soul.
moving my hand and I feel myself moving. It was more like I felt my body starting to move.
Like
you just
it's-
sensed your
like
body.
Yeah,
it's
and I could
another
sense it.
part
Yeah,
of you.
but then it felt like I was laying in my bed and I just felt like I just float. Like I just started dropping, like dropping and started turning, like forward.
Into,
But it was
sleep?
just darkness.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, but it felt like I was just falling.
Oh.
And then I like went up and I woke up and I was in my room. And I saw like my bed. It was dark. I couldn't like see myself, but it looked like there was something there.
Oh my God.
My light, for some reason my desk light was on, and I was like walking around trying to look. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Wow.
Everything felt like weird. If you looked at something too long, it started like kind of moving a little bit. And I remember I just sat at my desk, and I was like, this is crazy.
You're like,
This is weird.
you know
I'm
you're
conscious.
awake.
Yes, like conscious.
This is insane.
And I remember my hands were like down my sides, and I looked around and I like looked at my arm, and for some reason there was a dog biting my arm. And I woke up.
Oh my God.
And I just woke up.
Do you feel like you were astral projected?
Maybe.
Honestly,
That's where we were trying to go.
one time, this was weird. This was around the time that I was, a family friend died, Isaac. He was like a uncle to me. This is gonna get creepy. Are you ready?
Okay, ready.
So unfortunately, he died. I'm not gonna mention how, but it was really, really sad. But my parents were trying to like not tell me, and it was my first day at my first short film.
Oh, wow.
And it was an exciting time, blah, blah, but I felt like they're hiding something from me. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, no, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, there's something weird. That night, I'm about to go to sleep and I'm awake, okay? The light was on. I swear to you, I hear my name in Russian, clear as day. Katya, like that. Right here on the left-hand side of me. And I'm like, and I'm looking around the room. You know when you look around the room and you're like you're looking at everything. You're like, there's something here. I'm just trying to catch it. And I'm trying to like, and I remember I couldn't fall asleep that night. But the next night, I remember falling asleep, but my body was, I can't explain it, but like my soul was, I don't know if it's a soul. Something was like I was moving, but my body was still. Like I can't explain it, but like another part of me, like the soul part of me was like beating or like going out like this, and then another part. And then I kind of like blinked or I looked to the left or something like that. And I just see myself, like if I look this way, I saw myself sleeping.
Oh my God.
And I was like, but if I look this, I know this is so weird, but if I look this way, I can't see it. But if I look like this, like I saw myself sleeping. And that's when I figured out how to get out of my dreams. If they were too scary, I would look down and look to the right or something. It was like an exit button. It was so weird. But right after that, I started having like weird predictions. Like I predicted like 3 or 4 pregnancies, like, and it was the weirdest thing. Like it would always be like in the weird symbol thing. Like for instance, like if someone's holding their hands like this, let's say my friend was holding her hands like this and she opened her hand and it's pink. Like the way I understand it, pink means girl. The way I understand it. If it's blue, then it was a boy. And if her partner was having his hand on top of her hand, that means they're going to be together. If it was like kind of like that, that means they might fall, like they might break up. They might, like it's not very steady. If it wasn't there, they're getting a divorce. Like they're not going to be together. It was the weirdest thing, but the way I understood it it was like the second time I had that type of dream. But right after that,
Oh my God.
and I feel like dark parts that happen to you embark into a new journey for you sometimes. Like if you know how to use, or I don't know, I still don't have no idea what this meant or how to use it, but I don't even think I'm like, you know what I mean? It's just like these dreams just come at random. I can't just be like, what do I see? You know.
That'd be kind of cool though.
It is weird. It's cool. It's weird, but
That's scary to me.
it's
Just
That's
to close up the astral projection that I did. I tried
I'm
doing
sorry.
it. I tried. No.
know,
I just want to
but
end it.
this
I just want
is-
to cap it off.
No, let's not end it because
No, because there's not that much more. Because I got
you
scared.
see this? This is where you have to put a stop to it.
No.
I go on this like way.
No.
You're good. You're good.
So I tried it like a couple more times. I couldn't get to that same space.
Right.
You know, I almost did, but then I just couldn't. But then there was one
And you're
last
just laying
thing.
there like
By the
this.
way,
Yeah, I'm laying there and I wake up.
It's not working.
I'm like, I can't move. You know, like.
I'm sorry, by the way, for interrupting.
No.
No, dude.
Trust me, no. But the last thing I did was I remember I got into it same way,
Yeah.
and I remember I was in my room again, but it was daytime, and I was like, I'm gonna try to fly,
Oh wow.
and I don't know what. I opened the window, second story, and I jumped out the window, and I remember I was falling, and I was able to like go up, and I felt like in my back there was like two like wings or something.
Stop.
And I felt something moving every time I was going like down and up, like trying to go up, and I felt it in my back.
That is crazy.
So scary.
Like I had wings.
I like run away from that shit, dude. Like I swear, man. Like
I love this.
I- So,
like
I wanted to explore,
have you
man.
ever breathed underwater in your dreams?
never
That's my
No.
favorite thing.
breathing
What?
underwater.
It's my favorite. I feel like I'm gonna, like I'm in the water. I had these dreams a couple of times where I'm underwater and I feel like I'm gonna suffocate. I'm gonna die. And I'm like, but what if I don't? And what if I just breathe? And I'm
Yeah.
like, and I take like a deepest breath and I'm like, oh my God, this is cool.
That's wild.
That's
dude.
so
It's
funny,
crazy.
man.
Every single time. It makes me think of that.
I used to have dreams. I was walking up a hill and I would tumble down it. It was like a suburb like
That's not good.
in the middle of New Jersey somewhere. Yeah, it was
not
just
good.
like
That's actually
it was like a super steep.
that's a problem.
and I would just get close, boom, 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 boom,
All the way
boom,
to the top, and it's hard to move. You can't move.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just right there.
Oh, like quicksand kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. Or getting beat up and like having to fight back. And then,
Oh, that's the worst when you're just like trying to punch and you're
Yeah.
like, why is this so
That
hard?
is an
I'm
awful
not that great at physical
dream.
violence, but come on.
I've been doing this thing where I wake up in the morning and like I had a dream,
You try
but
to-
like I wake up and like I'm kind of, I guess I don't get up right away,
Yeah.
and I just lay there and I'm still in the dream.
Oh, yeah.
And I can kind of keep going and like I think I'm awake, but I'm just like thinking of like other ways it's going, and I'm able to still
Are
visualize.
you falling
it.
into it? You think
Kinda.
or not? Like you're
I think so, and it's like I'm like literally like making the story up as I'm like
Wow.
kind of half awake,
Ooh.
but then I wake up and I forget everything.
So,
Right away.
so weird fact. If you fall asleep and you wake up and you're just like, I want to go back to that dream, don't move your pillow. Go back to sleep in the same spot.
same position.
I've done that.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Back, you know.
I have weird dreams. I had one of my favorite dreams was I was sitting on a cloud and it was like cotton candy, but it was also my therapist. It was so weird. Like
Wait,
I
the
was,
cloud
the cloud was
your
your
the
therapist?
cloud was my therapist. I was sitting on the cloud and I was eating and I was like, oh, I know. And I was like, I'm eating it. And he's like, but you just have to. I'm like, I know. I'm not taking my time. And I'm eating the cloud. And the cotton candy made cloud.
Oh, the
Weird
therapist cloud. The therapist cloud.
And the
dude.
cloud is just like, you just really need to slow down. I'm like, I know.
As you're
I-
cannibalizing
And
him,
I'm
he's
cannibalizing and eating.
He's giving you advice. Like,
I'm like, thanks for the advice, but I'm about to.
oh my god, like that is.
But if I interpret this,
Mm.
I'm eating up the knowledge
There you go.
in a really messed
Yeah.
up
I like it.
way,
Damn.
I like it.
you know?
Um,
but yeah.
Jeez. Well, where are we at? Can I ask another question?
Yeah, you can do one more.
Okay.
Oh yeah. How much time has
An
been?
hour, 8 minutes.
Isn't that funny how fast time goes?
Time
when you sit,
too fast.
when you're here, when you're present,
when you're
with
having
other people breathing
Yeah.
around you.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool, man. Time
Pretty
flies.
nice. It's pretty nice.
Time don't exist.
No, it does not.
Oh, so
Time is.
we're talking about our past a lot. Like, yeah, Katie's an artist, all right? So you want to go see her stuff,
am.
it's out there. You know what I mean? Like, your stuff's out there. Look her up, KT Trubetsky, Insta, anywhere. We'll post
Yeah.
all the links,
Thank you.
of course, because I feel like, this show, we talk about the person. We get into
Yeah.
each other, and we figure out where we're at.
was
But you do a
supposed
lot of cool stuff, too.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure we shout that out.
Thanks.
Of course, dude. And stuff to come. But,
Appreciate it.
oh, yeah, dude. So we talked about our past. We talked about astral projection.
Yeah.
Talked
I
about a lot
could talk
of things.
about it all day.
But I'm
All this
thinking
stuff.
about like little us's, right? What and if you have a question, you can ask too, bro. I feel like I'm always asking these fucking
go ahead,
questions.
man.
Okay. What's something about the little you that you've had to like
Snuff out.
snuff out?
Snuff out.
Yeah. Like, what's something about the things that you've carried that you've had to like leave behind? The thing that you've learned now as an adult, like that doesn't serve me anymore. That thing that I used to carry, I have to let go of, and I'm gonna move forward without it.
I got a good one.
What is it?
Curiosity.
You're letting go of it?
No,
Thank God.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Don't ever let go of that.
it's awesome
Mm.
and great, but it can harm you and it could help.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that.
Because your boy was just Mr. Curious
You were.
and getting into trouble.
You
So that
dab-
was
you
my
dabble.
issue. And look, I still do.
You do.
Right?
You do.
So
It just goes. You take
yeah.
another step.
As a
with
kid,
the
I was like,
curiosity?
I'd like touch the flame and be like, oh, okay. And I'd touch the flame. You know what I mean? Like that was my thing.
yeah, with
Or,
cars.
Yeah. Or everything.
With cars.
With everything.
Yeah.
Why are you saying with cars?
You smash.
Whoa.
My dad's gonna like that one.
A lot to unpack.
My dad will love that one, dude.
Greg shelling out in the car. But is there now like another step? Is that the new thing? It's like I'm curious. Pause. Let me filter.
I think,
How's this gonna
it
go?
was like getting a grasp of curiosity, like
Getting
how
an
to
understanding of curiosity.
be curious.
I love it.
You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's not like
But you're letting that go, or you're bringing that in.
It sounds like to me you're losing impulsivity to that level. Like
Yeah.
you're bringing the impulsivity down.
Not
the
caring.
curiosity stays.
I'm letting go of not caring
I love it.
Okay.
Letting go of not caring.
because I love not caring. I was always the one where I was like, oh, who cares? You know, like we'll be fine. It always works out. But sometimes that's not the greatest thing.
I love
you
it.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good, dude.
Man, I was gonna say immortality, but
Oh.
that when I was a kid, I thought, like I'm sure everybody does, like we have so much time.
Oh.
Mm.
God.
We have so much time. We have so much to live for. There's so many things that we could do. If I jump over this thing, I might fly. Like the things that we see as kids is like no boundaries,
Yeah.
no walls.
Yes.
And now we're like, don't say this. Be careful here. I can't. I don't know why that voice came out.
That's in you. That's the voice in you is like
I don't-
British.
No, there's many.
It's like be
There's
careful,
many-
traveler.
Be careful, traveler. Cynthia, please don't.
Oh, another one.
No, but no, there's too many. But yeah, like it's almost like, and I still have that kid like feeling in me because I
Right.
love trying. My style is always curious, never judgment, you know. But a part of me kind of hates that I feel the mortality.
Oh.
Like I feel like I'm a cat on my 9th life or something, you know, like just.
So you've lost the childlike immortality, you would say.
Well, since the pandemic, and if there's like things and that happened to me that I'm like, oh, we don't really have that much time. I have to hurry up and become a legend soon.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
I do. I do.
It's just this feeling of like we have all this time in the world. Like we could do anything. If we sleep the whole day, like we'll be fine. Now I'm just like, it's Thursday. It's November tomorrow. Like you start noticing your life and the time. And that becomes like very vulnerable and sad. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yes.
And so I kind of sometimes like to just be in the present with someone. That's why when I'm with somebody, like I love to really be there, not half-ass where you're like on the computer or on the phone. Or like my biggest pet peeve when you watch a movie and someone's like,
On the phone.
put that away.
We went to the movie.
No.
No. I'm saying when we went to the movie, dude was
yeah.
sleeping.
Fell asleep.
Sleeping.
Another dude farting behind us.
Oh
Another
my
caught that.
God.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yes.
I'm ready to just start smacking people.
I know. It
Same.
felt like that.
You know?
I cannot. I hate it.
That was rough. That was one of the most
During
rough experiences.
what is it?
In a movie theater.
Killers of the Flower Moon?
Killers of the Flower
Oh,
Moon.
you seen that?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Very good. Amazing.
Some people say too long, and I think that's why someone fell asleep. But
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you love a movie, if you love movies,
Now, could he have shortened it? Definitely.
Sure.
There's a lot of.
I don't think there was anything that was. We're gonna have to get into it. I don't think there's anything that was unnecessary.
We never talked about this, but yes,
I know.
I agree.
What was the longest movie I've seen? Oh, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Me either.
No.
We need another date night, dude.
Yeah, but it's out of IMAX now. It's like
You can make an IMAX in your home.
I guess. I mean,
See, this is me and the possibility
yeah.
childlike. Like
It's your
we
whole
can
ceiling.
make it
Yeah.
work.
yeah, yeah.
I liked it, but you have to pay attention.
I
If
heard.
you don't pay attention,
If you miss a bit of it,
For some reason, I want to hate it, and I don't know what that is about me, but that's what it is.
people actually come out of there and they're like, it's too long. I couldn't stand it. It was boring. And I was just like, you're dumb.
well, you're stupid.
No, it's not. It's just, I thought it was beautifully acted. I thought there were a lot of moments where I was just like watching it and thinking to myself, to have that type of heaviness on top of you to create something this large in your life, and then know it's like he didn't live in the he didn't think about the, I don't even want to say it because you guys haven't seen it, but
We know the history of it.
Yeah.
He didn't think about the outcome. And when he finally grasps it,
It's like it's science. I'm growing.
Yeah.
This is science. I gotta see what's around the corner. I gotta build.
he's just like looking at this and he's like, I created something that I've been working up to the destination.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
we found the
quickly.
premise of Oppenheimer, guys.
Yes.
Dang.
The destination was like my focus for so long. That's all he thought about. That's all he's seen for so long that he didn't take his time to just sit back and be like, what about everybody around me? What about, even though he was conscious too. He had this like moral compass for sure.
Damn.
But it was more of a vibrant mortality in him when everything started happening. And he was like, what have I done?
True.
When you're sitting there and you created something like that, and you're like,
man.
wow, I'm about to kill millions and millions of people. Like,
God couldn't carry that weight. That's crazy.
carrying that weight,
That's crazy.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Feel guilty for killing an ant. You know what I mean?
Oh
When
my
I
gosh.
squish a bug, sometimes I'm like, dude,
I can't kill bugs.
I don't either. But sometimes like an accident happens or something, and I'm like trying to remove it, and then squish the head off it or something on accident. I'm like, shit.
I will literally have a conversation. I'll be like,
Yeah.
hey man, my parents are going to get really upset. My friends are going to get really upset.
You gotta go.
You gotta come, and then we'll cup them and be like, "Don't worry, I'm not going. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
taking you
Just
outside."
removing you?
And I will literally take it outside. My mom's like, "Did you just talk to ant?" I'm like, "It's a spider." Yes, I have.
Yeah.
He's got feelings.
He's got feelings. They do. They're
They do.
They're scared of us.
Of course.
True.
You know.
Don't look
But-
at my electric fly swatter over there.
Oh God.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
I want to know. Now I want to know. What is it?
You Are Here podcast.
Episode 252. You Are Your podcast.
Shout out to everyone. We love you.
Katie, is there anything you want to leave us with?
everything.
Anyone you want to shout out? Anything you want to say to the people listening or to me and Mike before you go?
There's too much, but I guess, wow, this is like a heavy, because my mind is going like this, 70 miles an hour.
Take your time.
And be brave enough to evolve yourself in ways that maybe you don't confidently think you can.
Well said.
Wow, it came out of me.
That came out of you, dude. That came out of you.
No,
In the moment.
but I feel like we don't do that enough. We don't. And if we do take a challenge, sometimes we do this thing where we take 2 steps back. We're like, no, that was weird. I don't know why I did that. It's like, keep going.
Yes.
Keep pushing yourself a little bit further than we don't have a lot of time. We really don't have a lot of time. I know it's going to sound cynical, but we don't. We might as well take chances now. We might as well evolve and push ourselves now, because if you're going to go you're going to do the same thing every single day. Can you imagine how many days you are missing to try something that you've never tried before and like see yourself in a place you've never seen before? Like that's crazy to me. That's what I mean by like feeling the mortality a little bit. I kind of like that part, you know. And shout out to my family.
Boom.
My parents, my grandparents, my friends, all my friends, and you guys helped me evolve. So I'm grateful for that every day. But I'm also, you have to be grateful for yourself to push yourself to do that, you know? Because there's a lot of people that just get stuck. It kind of reminds me of, what is that movie? It's also a cartoon. That's crazy. Where they get stuck inside this like place where they can't evolve. They're like in this sand dune. It's a cartoon. I think it was called Soul. Was it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
It's like, I love that. And he gets stuck inside this like sand dune of like nothingness. You're just like carrying around this weight of someone that you've had, that you've known. But it's like, can you leave that weight? Look around you. There's so much more that you could just jump to and see and feel. It's insane.
Imagine what you can be.
Imagine what you can be.
Come on, man.
Like, it's not just for kids.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You know, when people are like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be now?
No, yeah.
What do you want to be now? Like, we were watching that, the trailer for Fingernails about how you're like, you know, it's, if anybody wants to take a look at that trailer, that movie made me cry. It's heavy, it's nice. But it's the premises is that, you know, you have to take off your fingernails. It's a little gruesome. To see if your partner and you are like meant to be.
Why'd you do that with me and Mike? Do you see?
Because you guys are soulmates.
Did you see what's happening?
That was weird.
Do you see the?
Yeah.
Did she pick up on it?
What?
They're not.
What?
They took the test, guys. They're positive. But yeah.
She did it. She caught us.
Damn.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, anyway.
Sorry.
No.
I'm
You guys
impulsive.
are meant to be. So you just needed to take the test to see if you're positive.
We'd be positive.
But it's this machine that you like.
110%.
You take this machine, you take these fingernails and you put them in there and you see if they're compatible and if you're meant to be. And like these people that are, they've been in a relationship for so long and then the test says that you're not meant to be and you're not supposed to be together. It's like, it's insane.
That's wild.
I don't know. Like you have to go through people that you're not meant to be with. And sometimes I don't think you're meant to be with one. I don't think one person in this world is like it. Like
Yeah.
that is insane to me. With so much personalities that are
Yeah.
evolving around us, like one person is, I mean, it's romantic to think this way, but it's also, I think it's also romantic to think the other way too, because you could fall in love again. You can fall out of love. You can fall in love with the new part of you. The new you can fall in love with the new person of what they are. You know? It's kind of beautiful.
It is. I feel like also, if you think about it, if you really want, you can be with someone if they're okay with it too, to just like be like, you know, I know we have a connection, but like you just work through every single thing and make it work.
Yeah.
That's possible.
That is possible.
Right?
It's rare.
It is rare.
It takes a lot of willingness.
But I feel, that you have to be willing. But I feel like it is possible.
Yeah. And
You know?
2023,
And
very
who
rare.
knows if that's like, the thing for me is though, I'm like,
If they
but
want,
that's not, that's not the cool thing, like that's not the romance, the drama, dude. Like
not the darkness
I need the
part of
freaking,
me.
yeah.
It's the dark part of me.
But sometimes I'm like, I'm making it. It almost feels like it's so complicated sometimes.
Yeah.
In some relationships where I'm like, dude, what if I just say fuck it? Say, let's just be normal.
Yeah.
And make it
But-
work.
What's the fun in that?
I know.
It goes back to this, right?
This is issues.
It goes back to
This
the,
is what I battle every day.
Psychotherapy.
I want to say though,
psychotherapy.
from you were saying about
Yeah.
people trying new things. I want to shout out Dave for doing some voice acting stuff.
Hey, thanks.
I'm proud of you, dude. I'm proud of you.
Give me a hug.
All right,
That's really
I'm
sweet.
proud of you, man.
That's
You
really
did it.
sweet.
lovers
And
at
it's
first
inspiring for
sight.
everyone.
Thank you for doing that. That was very sweet.
So it's good, dude, because
That's
that's
cute.
that's action, dude.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Thank you, bro.
You got it, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. But it's not about me. It's about you, Katie. Thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Yes. Thanks
Thank
a
you for
lot.
trudging all this way over here. You're welcome back anytime. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
deep thoughts,
Anytime.
honest thoughts, getting vulnerable with us. I'm sure it's helping somebody who's listening right now. And that's the pod.
That's the podcast.
We did it again.
again.
Congratulations, guys.
We knew it'd be great. I knew it.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Year's coming. I'm sorry, I
my
forgot, and it was my
Yeah.
fault.
No, well,
The Booker fucked up a year ago,
he did.
Yeah.
and it's on me. So you guys were delayed a year of this,
It's on him.
Yeah.
and it's my fault, and I take full responsibility, Katie.
Yeah, well, legends don't come. No, I'm just kidding.
I gotta say it. I'm wrong. I was wrong.
No, I'm very happy I came.
Thank you.
And maybe I wasn't meant to come at that time.
Today was the day.
Maybe I was meant to come today.
Respect that.
Time.
Hey,
Time,
you are a
baby.
podcast.
Time.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? My name is Mike. I love you. And goodbye.
My name's Dave. I love y'all. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to one another.
My name is Katie, and I'm beginning to fall in love.
Oh, let's go! Come on! Bang!
Okay, now I gotta really do it. Dave, you have to. Don't look behind you.
We're good, we're good, we're good! Yes!
I don't want to look at this anymore.